Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Batman Arkham City.
What's going on?
Someone's opening the vault.
Is this a drill?
If it is, no one told us. Listen up. The room is hot. Spread out and search for intruders. No prisoners. Move!
I don't like this. You think it's Batman?
I hope not. We've got special orders for him. With any luck, it's just some Arkham scum trying to get rich. We can have a little fun with them.
No sign of target.
It'd be nice if they would path away. I think they're good. So unlike before, we can actually pick these guys off now, starting with that double takedown. I think it's easier to start with the double takedown, just so there's less of a chance that the two in front of the vault door get pulled away when Strange alerts them that someone is down. That way you can just get the two birds with one stone guaranteed. But either way, this is not the most complex. He might scream, so I'm not going to do the takedown from up there. This is not the most complex Predator sequence.
Then let Protocol 10 commence.
Understood. Commencing in 3, 2, 1.
That worked out amazingly well. Just from a timing standpoint.
Looks like this kitten's got the cream. Try and tie me up in your plants? Like hell. How does that feel, Ivy?
It appears we have caught our intruder. Teach her a lesson. Oh, tonight just keeps getting better. Batman will soon be dead, and now I have you too, Mrs. Kyle.
Probably should have sent more dudes. Because this is a really easy fight. On the back of a really easy Predator sequence. And we retain a couple of our upgrades, including the special takedowns. Which makes this all the more simple. Oh, she moves around with so much grace. Kind of grace you would expect. And then, after we get done with this, we get to show off a couple of really nifty things at the end of this third sequence for Catwoman. Oops, we dropped that for just a sec.
All units, we have visual confirmation. The steel mill is hit. Batman is down. I repeat, Batman
What's
is
wrong
down.
with you, Selina? Trying to leave without retrieving your precious loot from Strange's
Protocol
vault.
10 has completed and send out a squad to retrieve the Batman's body.
Understood, sir.
So once we find our way out of here, we are going to be presented with a choice. And a lot of you have let me know that I should take a particular one first. I was always going to, but thanks for the support on that. Because one of the choices leads to a really nifty and devilishly hidden Easter egg.
Do it. Just walk right out of here and leave him. It's easy. You'll never forgive yourself, Selina. Save Batman, then get out of here. It's not like he'll die. It's Batman, right?
That's crazy ham-fisted with the red and green arrows pointing in each direction based on the choice you're supposed to make. So we're going to leave Batman to die. And who knows what implications that will have.
Screw him.
It turns out that that will end the game. If you couldn't tell from the Nier Automata LP, I'm a really big fan of gag bad endings. We will get a chance to reverse course and try again to continue the game after the credits roll for a little while. While the tape was rewinding us back to the vault, there was a little bit of inaudible dialogue, which we're going to take a listen to real quick.
Thank you for the entertainment. That's...
Good.
So not only do you have to reverse the audio, you also have to slow it down by about 70% to hear Joker taunting Batman.
It's easy. You'll never forgive yourself, Selina. Save Batman, then get out of here.
And this time, we're going to make the green choice, the right one,
It's Batman,
to
right?
abandon what we got out of Strange's vault and rescue Batman.
Since when did you grow a conscience? Is a girl's work never done? Hold on, handsome. I'm coming to save you.
And this is going to be another cool moment, because this is where the two paths for Catwoman and Batman are going to converge.
Great. See what I give up for you, Batman. You better not... Well, what do we have here? Figured you could use my help.
You're right. I think I chipped a nail back there.
You stick with the brooding, I'll handle the wisecracks. I guess we both know what Protocol 10 is now, right? If you're planning on stopping it, you need to hurry.
Oracle. Strange is launching missile strikes on Arkham City from Wonder Tower. You shut this place down. Joker's taken Talia. I'm going after them.
You can't. Hundreds will be killed. I need your help to stop the attack.
He'll kill Talia.
You need to think this through. Batman can't let all these people die.
My tracker's not activating. Reroute all Wayne Tech satellites to boost the signal.
I can't do that. I realize it is difficult, Sam. But you need to decide if one life is worth sacrificing to save 1,000.
Don't do this, Alfred.
Batman must save Gotham. I'm sorry, but deep down, you know I'm right.
Oracle, do not lose Talia's signal. Okay, the tower's locked down. No way in without the codes. One of the choppers will be carrying the master control program. I just need to find that chopper.
This right here is an annoying chopper hunt. I don't know if there is a helicopter that's always the set one that will contain the master code. If there is, I don't know what it is. I think it's randomized. So really, you just have to go play it, a game of trial and error with these things, which is tedious. One thing you should note about these is that they can shoot at you if you're caught in the searchlights. Now, I'm going to cut ahead because searching every helicopter is boring as hell. Oh, that's awesome. It coincided with the missile launch, so I get to keep that in.
Casualties in Sector 3 are high. Returning to base.
I've got the code. I'm heading to Wonder Tower.
Good. You're doing the right thing. The code should let you enter via the guard room near the main gate.
Don't lose Talia's signal. When I'm finished in the tower, I'm going after her. She doesn't know Joker. She's out of her depth. I need to save her.
That comment makes... Oh, I don't know why it did that. Damn it. I already know what I'm heading towards. It's the giant landmark that looks like the Eiffel Tower. That comment throws like the whole continuity of when or where this takes place in, like, out of whack for me.
Targets are all hit. Sector 4 is lit up like a Christmas tree.
So when we make our way over, I want to talk about Pop Matters' article on Arkham City. And it's specifically a response to, like, a quite old controversy, namely how often bitch gets used when people are talking about Harley in particular, and sometimes Catwoman. Now, like I said, this is an old controversy that sprang up in early, or when did this come out? Like late 2011. And this Pop Matters article is a little more in-depth than just like, it's kind of uncomfortable how often people are just calling Harley a bitch. And it goes into the history of Batman. That's where I think it gets really interesting. The tradition that Batman emerged from, which is like hard-boiled detective films and pulp magazines and stuff. And specifically movies like Double Indemnity, stuff like The Maltese Falcon, Touch of Evil. And we'll freeze that guy and just take this one down. And then, like we talked about in Cuphead, the Hays Code came in and sanitized a lot of media, kind of ripped the teeth out of some of the edgier stuff at the time. And by the time, I mean, we're talking the 40s and the 50s. And we get the campy Silver Age Batman and the Batman stories that result from that, the more sanitized ones. And then by the 1980s, Batman is kind of returning to the pulpy, hard-boiled noir. Well, by the 1980s, it'd be neo-noir roots. And in that, you have everybody just being so awful. Which means, yeah, a lot of sexism and the prominent femme fatale archetype that Catwoman fits into. And we'll finish that in just a moment, that thought.
Those Tiger Guards have stun sticks. I need to attack from behind to avoid being hit.
Put them in processing. We will let you know when we are ready to move them down to the execution chamber.
Okay, we can just kind of continue on without too much of an interruption there. But yeah, it's all like, it's intentionally really cynical and just ugly because it's portraying humanity as being inherently ugly. And so the thrust of this article is that while being uncomfortable and raising an eyebrow at like,
right there, Batman.
Oh no, I thought there was a bigger fight here.
And I
Shit.
know you wouldn't be able to live with yourself if your actions caused this poor man to die. I have a question for you. Before my arrival, this city was drowning under a tide of filth. Have you ever considered that all this is your fault? Your presence creates these animals. Like germs, they spread. You created the environment that allowed the germ to mutate, to become stronger. Look at the Joker. Would he even exist if not for you? It must be depressing. All your sacrifices, and yet you are the one to blame. Oh, this is beautiful. We have at long last defeated the great Batman. Soon, I will take my rightful place at my master's side. We will rule over this world. So thank you, Batman, for all your help. Now, kill him.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, wait, no. We want to get over to him.
Not let him escape.
You see a lot of detective vision in this fight. Particularly whenever I hear the gun. Because I want to make sure I don't take too many bullets. And it'll get dicey. So yeah, the bigger fight starts after the monologue. Right. The idea that Strange proposes is at the heart of a lot of Batman fiction. And we'll get into the question of, like, the Batman chicken or egg relationship with his villains. His whole rogues gallery after I get done this other thought that I was in the middle of. The whole point of the article that I'm talking about is that, yeah, raising an eyebrow at, like, the perceived sexism of Arkham City is fine. But it's more about, like, understanding how this is rooted in, like, genre homage. And you can find that problematic even if it's supposed to be an intentional homage, but I just enjoyed reading the backstory of why the game might be the way it is. Not an excuse so much as an explanation, which is always valuable to have. Also, I need to start paying a little bit more attention to the fight. Oops, oops, oops. Because I did let myself get a little bit low while going through that. And we have all the most dangerous enemies left, and the gun is still on the floor, so anyone could get it at any given time. Just have to be careful about that. He was running towards it. This is one of the most brutal takedowns, where he just crushes a man's trachea with a riot shield. Oh, you had... Why? Why did I go that way? Almost got me shot. Alright, we clean that up towards the end. And we will get this off of our screen with some combat armor. Fortunately, I don't love too many of the upgrades in this game.
A pointless effort, Dark Knight. You cannot stop the inevitable. I will rain down fire and brimstone on these animals.
This room is pretty cool because it's the first room that we see in the game, or one of, when we're brought into Arkham. It's the interrogation room from the beginning. Now that we've seen that, we're going to take the manhole cover down into the sewers, and we will escape from there. And the area that we'll be going through should look a little bit familiar in a second or two. So we're going to line launch to the opposite side, and then I think we want to go from here. I see the handhold ledges. And incidentally, that will also get us a Riddler trophy. There's another one towards the direction we were headed. It's over here. Not looking for the trophy, I'm looking for something else. No, it is quicker just to do it this way. Oh, I thought this was on the opposite side, and that I had to take another line launch once I got here. No, it's just a hop and a skip. And we'll blow this clearly destructible floor up and fall into an area that we have been before.
It's you.
I told you I'd be back.
Well, you took your time. It's crazy back there. First Joker's men came down here and started setting up camp. I did what you said and hid, but...
What happened?
There were guards. You know, the ones that work for Strange. They came down and started killing everyone. It was a bloodbath.
It sounds like Strange is trying to cover his tracks. You seem to be good at hiding, Doctor. Stay here and do it again. I'll deal with the guards in that room.
So we have our second stealth sequence in this room. The major difference this time is that there are 8 armed guards in the room, and they have all of the trappings of the guards that we have been fighting since the last time we've been here. So we have mine layers in here, we have snipers, we have dudes with night vision.
As I look at the screens in front of me, I can see that we are rapidly approaching fatalities of 22%. My projections show that within 3 hours, every single inmate of Arkham City will be dead, and Protocol 10 will move into Stage 2. By the end of the month, new camps in Keystone and Metropolis will open, each modeled after Arkham City. You should all be proud of your part in this. We are the solution this world needs. We are the future.
Y'all probably realize what Metropolis is and that significance. That is not what I wanted. I wanted to hang from the bat. Or the gargoyle, rather. Keystone is the Flash's city. That was all going really well until the accidental pounce. And even then, I didn't wind up getting shot or even have to pop a smoke pellet. If one of them gets close enough... Oh no, they're all gonna retreat up to the second floor now. Ah, shit. Would love to get a corner takedown. But the nice thing about Strange's monologue there that I find is that you can take a bunch of dudes out right off the bat and it won't disrupt the patrol patterns of the other guys in the room, because he's still mid-monologue, so he doesn't get the chance to alert them. Also, a nice little use of the disruptor is that you can disable their weapons for a while, as well as other gadgets they might have. I don't know if it disables the mine layers. It will disable the no, it won't disable them. It will actually detonate mines remotely, and you can use that to take enemies out or distract them. I think it also works on night vision goggles. I think it will temporarily knock out the jammers, the detective mode jammers. We can pull this guy from the ledge. Yeah, he was close enough. Jesus, that's brutal. There's no way to guarantee that man doesn't die. Like, he lands on his head and breaks his neck, he's just dead. Wow, what a almost perfect Predator sequence. Haven't had one of those in a while. And that dumps us right next to where we need to be.
Oh, Batman, this is not over.
Oh, Strange's stuff is full of the most unhackable passwords. Like mastermind to get into the tower, obsessions. Fucking doofus. Medication.
What do you think you are doing, Wayne? You cannot stop me. I have won. Within the hour, every single piece of criminal scum will burn. And then I will turn my attention to your allies. I will march to Wayne Manor. I will drag your faithful butler through the streets of Gotham. And I will make him tell the world how you have failed. My Arkham City experiment is a success. Then you will kneel before me, begging for your life.
Arriving at the observation deck.
Cover the door.
Yes, sir.
The door opens. Kill anyone in the elevator.
What if it's one of us?
It's not. Control says that it's Batman.
Nice. Locked and loaded. Open the doors.
Alright, I think that's where we're going to leave off for today. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.